Hi, my beautiful friend, and welcome to another episode of Soul Alchemy with Danielle Lynn. In this episode, I'm going to briefly talk to you about why you don't need to compete with anyone else, especially when it comes to your creations. Now, first thing first, it's so key to understand where the idea of competition comes from. From the perspective of creating, you can only believe that competition is necessary if you believe there is a finite amount of resources for all parties involved, and you would also need to believe that someone else had power to change your creation without your permission. These two things are required for competition to be true. Let me explain how. Let's say you ran an ice cream stand and some other guy down the block ran an ice cream stand too. Let's say you believed in competition. You would believe that there's a finite amount of ice cream shoppers that would come at any given time, and they would have to choose between you or him, so you guys have to fight for them, and you would have to believe on some level that he would have the power to lure away customers and there would be nothing you could do about it unless you competed. Now, when you have those two perceptions, you start to, again, look at life and creation as almost a zero-sum game, meaning there can be winners or losers. There's only a little bit amount of resource and we have to fight for our piece. But now I'm going to share with you an expanded perception of reality and give you a perspective on why you don't need to fight for things. So now let's say all those conditions are true. There's two ice cream stands and he has his and you have yours, and theoretically on any given day there'd be a finite amount of people who would buy ice cream from either you or him. Now, let's say as the ice cream stand owner, instead of feeling you needed to compete, you knew you wanted to open that ice cream stand. You felt the excitement in your heart and you decided that your ice cream store would be abundant. It felt true, and you started to sell your ice cream. Now, what you would do is, rather than focus on what the other person's doing, rather than thinking you have to compete with them, you would be so knowing that your own ice cream stand had a unique and incredible gift. Even if that gift was just everybody who came to your ice cream stand would leave feeling so joyful, because you yourself are so radiant with your energy and your positivity and how good you feel about what you do that people couldn't help but want to buy from you. Now, imagine, since you're not worrying about competition and who's getting what, and you're having such a good time, that energy gets translated and you turn into this beacon that draws people into you, even if both of your stands looked identical and had an identical pricing point. And you can replace the ice cream stand for any comparison, any analogy. It's the same thing. Now you might ask, well, what about the other person? Doesn't that seem like if you acted better, you'd get all the customers and he wouldn't? Well, let's imagine both of the ice cream stands had this perspective of abundance. Then what may happen is it doesn't matter. There's no more idea of a finite amount. Maybe suddenly the tourism would double there. So each one of you would have a full shop of ice cream customers, each one going to whoever wanted to go there. Or maybe there would just be people wanting to try both ice cream stores because maybe you do banana splits and they do chocolate dipped cones. Whatever it is, when you create from a perspective of abundance, when you create beyond the perspective of comparison, you open yourself up and your creation to untold possibilities, and you stop working from a place of fear and you start creating in a place of joy and abundance. My name is Danielle Lynn, and I hope this video has helped you in some way. If it has, please give it a like, give it a share. Also visit daniellelynn.com for more tools, and I have links in the description. I love you so much, and it's been a joy to talk to you.